how much time do you think you will be needing?
Sir, also 5 to 6 minutes, sir.
Okay, fine. So we will have a talks time of 6 minutes final for both the teams. So Kalpita, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So Kalpita, your discussion, and you and Mitra, I saw you are having some chat and discussion. So discussion over, or you need time for discussion?
Sir, discussion over, sir.
Okay, right. So there are three conditions. When the presentation is going on, nobody else will have any sort of team discussion, both in the main window and in your separate team talk window. That's point number one. And point number two, everybody would have involved in the presentation. So if one person is not speaking, then the team will have minus mark. The third condition is time management is very important. Maybe if you need some extra time, you can multiply the time, but then the ceiling time will be 7 minutes. Beyond 7 minutes, you will not have even a single second. So, are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
okay. So, team
Yes, sir.
Dakshit, yeah, right. So, team Dakshit is going to start the presentation. I'll set the timer. 6 minutes is the timeline. Let's see how far they are doing. I really appreciate their volunteerism. Their team talk was very productive. Let's see if they are doing the justice. 3, 2, 1, go.
So good evening friends, I am Dakshit and this is my team. So we are going to narrate a story to you. Let me start. Once there lived a notorious nerdy guy who wears spectacles, and he was in a hurry to his college because he had a semester exams. He took bath with sunsilk, and he applied powder, and he is on his way to his college. And on his way he remembered that he forgot his notebook, so he returned to his home to take his notebook. And the story will be followed by Priya.
Yes, so I would like to continue the story. So after he has took his notebook, he goes back to the college with the Royal Enfield bike that he has. And while going, unfortunately, he met with an accident, and he was taken to the hospital. And the case was filed only on him, not on the other person, but the actual fault was on the other person. So that was a fault case that was filed on him. So that after he is recovered in the hospital, on the way going to the police station. He also there was a stumper ball that hit him from some other place, and the story will be continued by Meduka.
And the inspector got some blood in his body, and he was very angry with the person who made this, and he got some cases on him. He put some illegal cases on him, and he files he write that case in his notepad, and he went to his police station, and he uses his favorite pen to write this case, and it is continued by Sibi.
And
Come on, Sibi, don't get nervous.
Come on, Sibi.
come on, Sibi.
Come on, Subi.
Come on, Sibi. Think of the story that Dakshidana mentioned.
Come on, Sibi.
Okay,
Come to Vitra.
we are given some time
Come
to
on,
make
Chibi.
like Aswathaman, try to get on. We will go back to him after you finish because the time is running over. 3 minutes and 20 seconds already. Come on.
So after in that story, once he will he will uh, he will go he'll ride his he'll with his sunglasses on. He goes with this Royal Enfield bike, and suddenly a stemper ball appeared from nowhere, will hit his head, and then he'll fall down and he'll get collapsed. So then I like to say the moral. So I like Sippy to say the moral. So
We should not go out. We should not go uh, uh, outside with the bike. We go means we should put the helmet in our head.
sir, at last karma is the boomerang, sir, which Dakshit Anna wanted me to mention, sir.
Well done, team.
Okay.
Well done, team Dakshitana.
Good job, team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dakshit, please post the following statement I'm saying and put it in chat. Team Dakshit, first round presentation 4 minutes and 34 seconds. Please put that in the chat. I repeat, Team Dakshit, first round presentation 4 minutes and 34 seconds. So, Team Dakshit have finished their presentation, simulation, and they have involved all the objects they have retried. That's pretty impressive. So, we will go for the marks. Over round முடிஞ்ச பிறகும் உங்க மேஸ் ஆக்டிவிட்டிக்கு, உங்க டீம் டிஸ்கஷனுக்கு, உங்க பிரசன்டேஷனுக்கு, உங்க டீம் ஒர்க்குக்குன்ட்டு ஒரு சார்ட் ஆஃப் மார்க்ஸ் நான் சாட்ல போட்டுருவேன். ஸோ நம்ம அதை கம்பைல் பண்ணிட்டே வரோம். ஓகே,
அதை ஒவ்வொரு
புக் மார்க் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோ. Dakshit, have you posted in chat?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. So now, Team Balaji is going to make their presentation. It is not necessarily a beat the clock challenge. They can make a full utilization of the time. But at the same time, Team Dakshit, since they have finished 1 minute 20 seconds ahead, it doesn't mean that they are ineffective. They were short and crisp enough to finish. So, time கம்மியா எடுத்துக்கிறதுனால உங்களுக்கு மார்க் கம்மியாக போறது இல்ல. டைம் ரொம்ப அதிகமா எடுத்துக்கிறதுனால உங்களுக்கு மார்க் அதிகமா போகுது. As a matter of fact, டைம் அதிகமா எடுத்தீங்கன்னா மார்க் கம்மி தான் ஆகும். ஸ்கிட்னு சொல்லிட்டு தக்ஷன் ரொம்ப நேரம் பாத்தி கேட்டு அடிச்சிட்டு இருப்பான். நான் போனஸ் கொடுப்பேங்கிற எண்ணத்துல
போனஸ் விளையாட மாட்டோம் முடிவு பண்ணிட்டோம் சார்.
ஆமா, பிபிசில சொன்னாங்க இன்னைக்கு காலையில. So, Team Balaji is starting the presentation. 3, 2, 1, go.
So good evening, one other present over here. So now I'm going to say a story about APJ Abdul Kalam's life. And first I'm going to start with in his childhood memories. In his childhood memories, the USB drive denotes that he has some good um, moments in his childhood life, and he had beautiful experience and had great moments. So he had came upon that, and um, after he went to the business, um, um, he want to buy the he went to buy the watch so he can go to his work without being late. So I like Darshan to continue.
So now let's see what Abdul Kalam did in some of his teenage days, and it will be explained by Mitra.
As Balaji Nasir is going to be the autobiography of Abdul Kalam, and we have all simulated ourselves as we are going to write the book, and here we are going to simulate our own objects that we have got in the maze. So I would like to continue this story. Actually, MSES middle school, and he had to be shifted to another school. So his brother, and this striker is simulated as Abdul Kalam's brother. So he was the one who took him to the town, and he was the one who searched for the best school in the town, and he actually made him to join that school. And Abdul Kalam always had a significant idea and always had a very significant hobby of reading books, and that's how he achieved his dream. And he always had more interest towards space research and science, and he would always score more marks that mostly it would be full marks in science. So this book, this Swami Vivekananda's book, is going to represent as his science book and the books he got in the library. And then when he thought after some time he joined the school, he started studying really well and he started scoring up really well. At that time, unfortunately, his family was in a poor state and he had to work for his family. So he went for a part-time job of distributing newspapers. So this basketball players roll off newspapers. He started actually distributing these newspapers in the early morning. He used to wake up earlier and he used to go around in his cycle to distribute these papers. So now I'd like to ask the next person to continue the story.
Kalpita, you can continue.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So the two objects which I am having is a teacup and the sketch which is simulated as the confidence that Abdul Kalam had, and the other and the teacup as the clear vision he had. Just like the teacup is clear, he also had a very clear and vision that he want to achieve something. The reason why my part of presentation is going to be the reason why Abdul Kalam was successful amidst all the problems he had. The one is the clear vision he had, and the other one is the confidence he had in himself, overcoming all the problems he had in his childhood and in teenagers. In his teen, he has been a successful person, and he's inspiration for a lot of people here. The one reason why Abdul Kalam was facing a lot of difficulties was because of the poverty he had, and because of the circumstance he faced with his parents, and with no support he has now been a great successful person. So the two reasons is because of the clear vision, and he wanted to achieve something and make his parents proud, and the second one is the self confidence he had. So these are the two reasons why Abdul Kalam was such successful. I would like the next person to continue.
So, good evening, everyone. Abdul Kalam sir always used to say that FAIL means first attempt in learning. So, we should not take, failure as a very negative thing, as a liability, because it boosts us to success. The tripod which you see here, the head of the tripod, I am simulating the head of the tripod to be both DRDO and ISRO, and these three legs are combinedly referring to the contributions of the Abdul Kalam ji, because without these three legs the head won't be supported. So let's talk about some contributions of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was instrumental. Let's talk about first how he fell in love with science, and after falling in love with science, he then started getting into DRDO first, and then he got into Space Research Organization of India, which is ISRO. Now let's first talk about some of his projects: Project Devil, Project Dare, and he was also instrumental in he was also instrumental in launching two missiles, Agni and Prithvi, and he was also instrumental in launching India's first satellite launch vehicle, which was SLV-3, which launched satellite Rohini. Now I would like Brinda to conclude, and before that, this refers to Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan, which he got for his contributions in DRDO and ISRO. Over to Brinda now.
So good evening, everyone. So after completing his college life, after 4 decades, he worked for DRDO and ISRO. So after that, he gave a work in Pokhran 2, the nuclear test in India. I really didn't remember what year it is, but he was participated, and it was the second nuclear test in India. And also he was called as Missile Man for participating ballistic missile, and that rocket I considered as a tape which I have. And we all know that Abdul Kalam was 11th president of India from 2002 to 2007, and he done a lot of things for India, and he loves students a lot, and he was a very good public speaker, and he was spoke in every colleges, and he was inspiration to each and every developing students and each and every youngster now. And if in Rameshwaram, there is a house of APJ Abdul Kalam, is also called as a House of Kalam. So there we come to know as everything. So everything regarding Abdul Kalam, what he done and everything. So House of Abdul Kalam, I considered it as the sister which I have. So thank you everyone for listening our presentation.
Good job.
Thank you,
Well
everyone.
done.
Thank you.
Dakshin, put it as Team Balaji, first round, presentation time 6 minutes and 54 seconds.
Yes.
Well done, friends.
Very well done, friends.
Well done, friends.
Thank
Sir,
you,
one thing,
everyone.
sir.
Well done, Team Balaji.
Well done,
Dakshin.
friends. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So
Well done, Team
we
Balaji.
covered the word business in Mitra's presentation, sir, where he was distributing newspapers, science and space research, and his contributions towards DRDO and ISRO, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So, Mitra, you can move and sit in the other chair because I have to. Okay, let's come to the crucial part of scoring for the first round. You people have successfully completed this first round. Now, since it's an online class, we are supposed to go person by person. So, let's first speak about Team Dakshin's first round. So here comes the mark. The maze running team Dakshit was fast enough and they got all the products. So they get 60 marks maze running, and then they get 65 marks, and time management they get 72 marks, and then for the teamwork in general they get 67 marks, and then they have the presentation round, and in the presentation round everybody was doing a proper presentation for 4.5 minutes, and Dakshit started. It was supposed to be CB Adityan. There was a slight bit of jitteriness shown by CB Adityan, but then he later recovered. So that should not be taken as a penalty. He tried really well. So presentation, they get 77 marks. So first round.
Thank you,
What's the
sir.
grand? What's the grand total?
341, sir.
Thank you,
340.
Kalpita. Let's round it up as 345.
Thank you, sir.
Well done, Team
Thank-
Dakshit.
Thank you, Mitra. Thank you,
Well
Kalpita.
done, team.
Well
Thank you.
done, team.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you, Dakshina. Thank you, Brinda.
You're welcome. Now let's move on to Team Balaji. Team Balaji's first round performance. So it goes like this: maze running, pretty fast, 60. Team discussion, 9. Time management, 69. Teamwork in general, 68. And the presentation, 82. What's the grand total?
348, sir.
Let's consider it as 350. So, a difference of 5 marks between Team Dakshit and Team Balaji. And this particular round, even subtle difference will be taken as big difference. It is unlike our direct sessions. Direct sessions, 30 marks, 40 marks, அப்படிங்கிறதெல்லாம் நான் ஒரு பெரிய difference எடுத்துக்க மாட்டேன். But in the exclusive online format, Even 3 marks and 2 marks will be taken as a difference. So, எனக்கு எப்பவுமே ஒரு கொஸ்டின் இருந்துச்சு. இந்த கொஸ்டின் வந்து மித்ரா கல்பிதா 2 பேரும் லீடரா போட்டதுல இருந்து நான் கேட்கணும்னு நினைச்சிட்டேன். You see, knowingly or unknowingly, in order to build up the competitive spirit in each one of you, I have always been very keen in making MS evening sessions as a competitive atmosphere, like a sport between 2 teams, a contest between 3 teams, ஒரு winner, ஒரு runner அப்படின்ற மாதிரியே வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. And it has been continuing for several months. இது உங்களுக்கு ஓகேவா?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
it's very
Yes,
good.
sir.
Doesn't it create any internal differences between the members? Like, நான் எப்பவுமே என்னோட டீம் தோத்துட்டே இருக்கு அப்படின்ற மாதிரி யாராவது அன்னைக்கா ஃபீல் பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So, அப்ப இந்த firing mechanism ஒரு healthy competition amongst yourselves அப்படியே போலாம் இல்லையா?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So now the second round. Listen to me very carefully. The second round is a little bit different than the first round. Second round, you have a little bit intensified challenge. Now ஒரு alphabet கொடுத்தேன்னா கட்டாயமா அந்த alphabet ஒன்னா beginning இல்லாட்டி endல அந்த alphabet இருக்கணும். You understood? Last time Sunsilk, Stumper, see இதெல்லாம் brand names. அந்த brand names எல்லாம் accept பண்ண மாட்டோம். So you have to choose a particular object. That object should start with that alphabet or it should end with that alphabet. Okay? Pond's powder எடுத்துட்டு வந்துட்டு நீங்க, let's say for example if yours is yes again, Pond'sல வந்துட்டு நீங்க சொல்ல முடியாது. That's a brand name. So if the alphabet is C, if you take the core material of a coconut and you represent, that's a cool object, coconut. Object C, starting with the letter C, and it's an object. Coconut is an object. So அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
You have any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
And the presentation will also be different. The presentation, you enjoy a benefit. That benefit is, it's a freestyle presentation. உங்க team முடிவு பண்றது. அந்த objects வச்சு உங்க team முடிவு பண்றது. Previously, I had some loopholes and I had some preset standard, but this time it is going to be your own team and your own presentation. பார்க்கலாம் 6:30 குள்ள எவ்வளவு முடிக்க முடியுதுன்னு பார்க்கலாம். Otherwise we will continue it tomorrow. Right?
The presentation this time also is going to be a simulated presentation. Right?
All the presentations are going to be on a simulation.
In this activity. Sorry.
Rakshit will get the alphabets B and M. Balaji gets the alphabet and H.
Okay, sir.
Get ready for your maze running. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So 3, 2, 1, go.
அப்படியே விட்டு இந்த பிளாஸ்டிக் பேக்
வீக் வந்து புக் எடுத்துக்கோ. I believe that we will do well.
Okay, so 6 minutes and 35 seconds, and both teams have arrived, right? Are you all here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. So now, you did not explain very quickly. Very quickly, each of you put your object in the respective chat boxes in the main window so that I will be finding it easy for my reference. So I will put yours. What is yours?
Sir, for C, cup, sir.
Hockey stick.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Likewise, put by your name. Cup and hockey stick by Mitra. Comb and hanger by Balaji. Taken. Millet collection and cricket bat by Aswatthama. Taken. Sea chair, cocoa spread bottle, empty. Taken. Money and book by Dakshit. Okay. Taken. Mud and ball by Vishnupriya. Taken. Handbag and cushion by Kalpita. Taken. Mask and bottle by Mridubashni. Taken. Type your name as Mridubashni, not as Mridu, Mittu, Laddu, Chittu, Vittu, Mattu, Pattu, Dala. Mask and bottle by Mridubashni. Hand sanitizer by Dakshin Siddharth. Okay, then Sibi Adityan is remaining. Marker and balloon by Sibi Adityan. Container and hat by Brinda. Horse toy by Dakshin. Okay, I think I got from almost everyone. Thanks for sharing. Now, time for you to go back to your team chat window and prepare a story. We might not be having the time for the presentation today, but we can still do it fresh tomorrow. But make sure that you are doing a real good team discussion. And this time the team discussion time is going to be measured. I'm not going to give a stipulated time. Last time I gave a stipulated time of 6 minutes. So 11 minutes and 30 seconds. That's a decent time. Now the time is 6:10. So maybe if you're taking 11 minutes, that brings up to 6:25 or 6:26. A couple of 5 minutes, we will have a debriefing session and we will have the second round presentation fresh tomorrow. Okay?
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Okay, sir.
Right. So go to your meeting rooms and get it ready. Come on.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Right.